Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Shri
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Nama
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nama
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nama
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nama Nama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Nama
Krishna, Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Nama
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare,
Nama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Nama
Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare,
Nama
Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nama Nama Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Nama Nama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nama Nama
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Nama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Nama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Nama
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Nama Nama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram, Hare Ram,
Nam
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Nam
Hare Ram,
Nam
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Nam
Ram Ram, Hare
Nam
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Nam
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Nam
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Nam
Hare Krishna,
Nam Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Nam
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Nam,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Nam,
Krishna
Nam Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Nam,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Nam,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Nam,
Hare
Nam
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Nam, Nam
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Nam,
Hare
Nam
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Nam, Nam 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Nam,
Krishna
Nam Nam Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Nam,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Nam,
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Nam, Nam Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama Hare Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam Nam
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Nam Nam
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Nam
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Nam
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Nam Nam
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Nam
Ram
Nam 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Nam 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nama Nama.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Nama
Krishna
Nama.
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Nama
Hare
Nama.
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Nama
Ram
Nama.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram,
Nam
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Nama
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Nama Nam
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram Nam Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Nam Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Hare Hare,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Nam
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nam Nam
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Nam Nam
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nam
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Nam Nam Nam
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Nam Nam
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Nam Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Nam
Ram,
Nam Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Hare, Hare
Nam
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Nam Nam
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna, Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Nam Nam
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे
Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Namana.
Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Nam Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Nama
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam.
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Nama
Krishna
Nam.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Nama Nam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare,
Nam Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Nama
Ram,
Nam
Hare
Nam.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Nama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Nama.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Nama Nama.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Nama.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Nama.
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nama.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Nama
Krishna,
Nama.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nama
Krishna, Hare
Nama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare
Nama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nama
Ram Ram,
Nama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram,
Nama
Ram Ram,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Nama.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Nama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nama.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram, Ram Ram,
Nama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nama
Ram,
Nama.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Nama.
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Nama Nama.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Nama Nama.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Nama
Hare
Nama
Rama,
Nama
Hare Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Nama
Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama
Ram Ram,
Nama.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna.
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama
Hare
Nama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Nama.
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Hare
Shivasati
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare
Nam.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare.
Nam Nam Nam.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Nam
Hare
Nam.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Nam Nam
Hare
Nam Nam,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Nam.
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Ram, Hare
Nam.
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam.
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam.
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Nam.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Nam, Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam, Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Nam Nam
Hare Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Nam Nam Nam
Hare
Nam,
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna Hare Hare.
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam Nam, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Nam
Hare
Nam Nam
Krishna,
Nam, Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Nam Nam
Shri
Nam.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Hare Krishna,
Nityananda
Hare
Shri Advaita
Krishna, Krishna
Gadadhara
Hare Nam 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 Nam, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare Nam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Nam
Hare Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam Nam, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam Nam Nam.
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Nam, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam Nam.
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Nam 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 Nam,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Nam 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 Nam, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम राम
हरे
हरे
राम
हरे
राम
हरे कृष्ण
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
राम हरे हरे
हरे राम
कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Nam
Ram Ram
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Nam 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Nam Nam
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram 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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Nam
Ram Ram,
Nam
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Nam
Hare
Ram,
Nam
Ram
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam Nam
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Nam
Hare
Ram
Nam
Krishna
Ram
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Nam
Ram
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Nam 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 Nam
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Nam Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam Nam Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Nam 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Nam
Ram
Nam
Ram
Nam
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Nam 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Nam
Ram Hare
Nam Nam
Ram
Nam
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Nam
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Rama
Nam
Hare
Nam
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Nam.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam 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 Nam
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Nam Nam Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Amen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Nama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nama,
Hare Hare,
Nama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Nama, Nama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Nama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Nama, 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 Nama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nama,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Nama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Nama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Nama,
Krishna
Nama,
Hare Hare,
Nama,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Nama,
Ram,
Nama,
Hare
Nama,
Hare, Hare
Nama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nama, Nama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Nama,
Hare
Nama,
Krishna,
Nama, Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Nama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Nam 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 Nam, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Nam 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 Nam, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Nam 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 Nam, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam
Hare
Nam
Ram,
Nam, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam 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 Nam,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam Nam Nam, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Nam Nam.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Nam
Ram
Nam.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Nam
Ram,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare
Nam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nama
Ram
Nam.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Nama Nam.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Nama Nam Nam Nam, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nama
Ram
Nam
Ram, Hare
Nam
Hare,
Nam,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Nama Nam Nam
Hare
Nam, Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Nama Nam Nam Nam, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Nama Nam Nam Nam,
Hare Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nama Nam
Hare
Nam.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Nama
Ram
Nam
Ram,
Nam.
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Nama
Ram,
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram,
Nama
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Nam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Nama Nam Nam Nam, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Nama.
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Nama Nam
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Nama Nam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Nama Nam Nam Nam, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama, Rama.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama.
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram. Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya Prabhu
Ram
Nityananda,
Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Advaita
Hare
Gadadhar
Krishna.
Shivasadi Gaura
Ram Ram, Hare
Bhakta,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Nam 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 Nam
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Nam
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Nam Nam Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Nam Nam Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Srivasa
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Nama Nama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare Nama Nama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Nama
Hare Krishna,
Nama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Nama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Nama Nama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Nama
Ram,
Nama
Hare Hare,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Nama
Hare
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram,
Nama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Nama Nama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Nama
Hare Ram,
Nama
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nama
Krishna
Nama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nama
Krishna
Nama
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Nama
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Nama
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Nama
Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Does anybody like to share anything? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams.
No. Hare Krishna. Anything you would like to share, anybody?
I will speak the next song of Narottam Das. Paste the link. Yes. Translation. When will I renounce the circle of material family life and drowning in transcendental bliss go to Vrajabhumi? O Lord Hari, when will this be? When will I see the blissful land of Vrindavan? When will I smear the dust of Vrindavan over my body? When will I walk about Vrindavan loudly singing the names of Radha and Krishna and crying, my voice choked with ecstatic love? When in a solitary grove in Vrindavan will I offer my full obeisances to the divine couple? When will I call out, O Krishna, O Master of Srimati Radharani? When standing on the shore of the Yamuna, will I drink some of its water in my cupped hands? When will this be? When will I go to the arena of the ras dance and roll about in the dust, overwhelmed with ecstasy? When will I visit Vamshivat and fall down to the ground, overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss? When will I see Govardhan Hill, my eyes filling with tears? When will I reside at Radha Kund? When, as a result of constantly wandering in Vrindavan, will this body fall down? Poor-hearted Narottam Das speaks in this way. So he's hankering to be in Vrindavan and renounces material family life. Well, he does not have a material family life, but he's talking on behalf of the conditioned soul, like us. And he's so much attached to Vrindavan. He wants to drown in transcendental bliss in the land of Vrindavan, smear the Raj on him, loudly sing the names of Radha and Krishna, go to Yamuna, Radha Kund, Vamshivat, Govardhan Hill, and wants to die in Vrindavan. So, yeah, that's the desire of a pure devotee. He's always hankering to be in the Dham. He has so much attachment for the Dham. Yes, you would like to add something?
I'm just 1 minute, constantly. Will this body fall down? Yeah. Okay, so this reminds me also of that Vitrasura shloka. Mamottama shloka. Sansara. One Maya Atmaja. I'm wandering in this sansara chakra because of my own karma, my own desire to enjoy in this material world. I'm getting one body after another. So instead of wandering in Vrindavan in the spiritual world, I'm wandering in this material existence. And because of my attachment to enjoy in this material world, therefore I want I don't want to be attached to all these things any longer. Atmaja. Atmaja. Ja means born. One who is born of oneself, that is children. Dara is wife. And Geheshu. Atma Dara Geheshu, I think that's what it says. Atmaja Dara Geheshu. So, the home and everything. I just want to be attached to you. So, okay. Only when we are free from all desires for sense gratification can we actually perceive Vrindavan and actually be in Vrindavan. So, when will that day come? Like there's a song like, when will that day come? I'll become Kabe Hamo. What is that?
Yeah. Dina Amar. That's Narottam Das Thakur's song. Dina Se.
Kabe Habe Bolo Se Dina Amar. Yeah.
Oh, that's Bhakti Vinod Thakur's song.
Okay. Narottam Das Thakur was never married, right?
No.
Was he married?
No. He joined in Jagannath Puri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is renounced.
He left. I think he ran away from home.
Narottam Das Thakur was married, yes, of course, because his parents got him married, remember?
No, I think he ran away, Mataji. He didn't.
He was married.
His parents wanted him to get married, but he ran away from home.
No, he was married.
Trying to run away. He was trying to run away. They got him married, and his father was like, we have bound him with chains of, married life. Still, he's so renounced. What else can we do when his mother told him that? Yeah. So.
Yeah, he was married. Yes. He says he has the opulence of Indra.
That was Raghunath Das. Did you say about Narottam Das?
No, that was Raghunath Das. Sorry, you got confused.
Yeah.
That was Raghunath Das.
Yeah, so you were asking about Narottam Das. Narottam Das was never married. Raghunath Das.
Huh?
That's correct.
Yeah. Narottam Das Thakur was never married. He ran away actually.
Yeah. He went to Vrindavan, met his spiritual master, Loknath Goswami. So then, why is he saying renounce? Yeah, he's telling for us. So, okay. So this is the song. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll continue the pastime from yesterday.
Yeah.
So, Radharani is crying because Krishna, he was supposed to come and Radharani was waiting for him, but he went to Chandravali and the duty from Chandravali. So Padma is the duty from Radharani and Sebya is the duty of Chandravali. they met, and Padma understood that Krishna is in Chandravali's Kunj, and she returns with that news. And Vishakha and Lalita become angry, and they tell Radharani, and Radharani goes in the sulky mood. And Krishna comes and says he's begging that he be excused. So here Maharaj was saying Vishakha was very angry, but Lalita was softer. So she went inside the Kunj, and when she went inside, Radharani asked, "Is my Krishna here?" And she said that, his happiness is my goal, even if he wants to give me distress. Like that, we read the verse yesterday. So further along, says Radharani had become like a mad woman. When Lalita saw her condition, she was unable to say anything. So she returned to the gateway of the Kunja. Seeing Lalita, Krishna said, "Oh Lalita, you see I am a great offender. I know your Sakhi Srimati has developed great sulkiness. I realize that, but I have this faith. If you allow me to enter into the Kunja, I am sure that when your Sakhi sees my Shyam Sundar form, all her sulkiness will vanish in a moment." Then, in a very angry mood, Vishakha said, "You cheater, what are you saying? Seeing your Shyamasundar form, you think my Pran Sakhi will forget everything and become your maidservant? Get out from here, get out." Vishakha can be very cutting sometimes. Don't you feel ashamed to say such a thing? What is this? Are you greedy for her love, or is she greedy for your beautiful Shyamasundar form? I think you have forgotten that although you are Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid, my Sakhi is Madan Mohan Mohini, the enchantress of Madan Mohan. Is our Sakhi greedy for your beauty, or are you greedy for her love? All I know is that one day you will have to cry, cry and cry. I tell you, Krishna, you will have to cry for her love. Now get out from here. Vishakha spoke these harsh words to Krishna. Krishna became disappointed. He could not understand what to do. So he left and went to the bank of Yamuna. There he removed all his nice garments and ornaments. Throwing them away and rolling in the sand, Krishna began to cry. Now Krishna is morose. Only these words came out from his mouth. Radhe Purao Madhuripo Kaman. Radhe Purao Madhuripo Kaman. O Radhe, please fulfill the desire of the enemy of Madhu Daitya. Although Krishna is self-satisfied Atma Ram, still he desires to be with Radharani. Purnamashi is Yogamaya, and she arranges all the Leelas in Rajbhumi. The activities of Yogamaya are so wonderful that sometimes even Krishna cannot understand them. Although Purnamashi Devi knows everything, still when she saw the condition of Krishna, she said, "My dear boy, what has happened to you?" After Krishna had revealed everything before Purnamashi, she said, "These things are not unknown to me. I have already sent Vrinda Devi to make some arrangement for your union with Srimati Radharani." Just then Vrinda Devi appeared there at the bank of Yamuna. Seeing Krishna's condition, Vrinda Devi thought, Krishna is Leela Mai. What a wonderful Leela he has manifested. If there is Nitya Milan, eternal union, then Radha and Krishna will never be separated from one another. If there is eternal union, where is Viraha? Where is separation? Now Krishna is feeling such acute pangs of separation from Radharani, and Radharani has developed a sulkiness that Krishna does not know how to break. Krishna is the life and soul of Radharani, but Radharani has developed sulkiness and has thrown him out, even though she cannot tolerate one moment of separation from him. I find this incomprehensible. Still, by Purnamashi's order and inspiration, I will become an instrument in the wonderful Leela. If I can be an instrument in uniting Radha and Krishna, then I will consider my life to be successful. Then Vrinda Devi appeared before Krishna. "I am Vrinda Devi," she said. "I have come under the direction of Purnamashi, who has told me everything. I know that you have become so morose because Radharani has refused to see you. I understand that there is nothing you can do to meet with Radharani and break her sulkiness. There is but one means, though. If you do what I say, then there is hope." Krishna agreed. "Certainly, I will do whatever you say. I cannot understand what to do. I am simply bewildered." Vrinda said, "All right, but I am telling you, you have to give up this Gopavesh, this dress of cowherd boy. You have to give it up. And you have such nice curling hair on your head, but you have to shave it off. No more nice curling hair. Give up your peacock feather and don't stand in this tribanga bent in form, which is bent in three places. Give up all these things. As for this blackish body, no, all these things you have to give up and take off your yellow garment, put on a saffron garment, become a beggar. You have to throw away your Mohan Morali too. No more enchanting flute. Instead, I will give you an instrument, a khanjani, tambourine. I will teach you a very nice song and you have to sing it while you're playing on this khanjani. Then singing and playing go to Radha Kund. If you do this, then there is some hope that you may meet Radharani. As soon as Vrinda Devi had spoken these words, Krishna immediately took on that form. Krishna appeared with a shaved head and a saffron-colored garment, a beggar in sannyas vesh with a complexion like molten gold. By his desire, that form appeared immediately, because he is supreme. By his mere willing, creation and annihilation takes place. So now Krishna is in Bhikshu vesh, the dress of the beggar, and Vrinda Devi taught him this song. So this song is mentioned here. Srimati Radhe Bada Abhimani Vamya Bhav Shiromani Shyama Sari Ange Achadan Tava Tapta Kanchan Varana Eta Dina Chile Pagalini Rai Kanu Prem Prana Sampi Sarva Rupe Gune Ago Gandharvike Kanu Man Kari Churi Aji Radha Prema Bhiksha Magi Kanu Fere Dware Dware Hai. So this is a nice song that Vrinda Devi taught him. Then Krishna in the form of sannyasi went to Radha Kund, playing on the khanjani and singing this song. So this song means that, O Srimati Radhe, you have developed a sulky mood, Abhiman, Vam Bhav Shiromani. You are the crest jewel of the leftist mood. Your whole body is covered with a blue sari and your bodily hue is that of molten gold, Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi. Until now, you were mad after Kanu's prem, Krishna's love. O Gandharvike, Radharani, in every respect you have stolen the heart and mind of Kanu. But today Kanu has become a beggar, moving from doorstep to doorstep, begging Radha Prem, Radha Prem, Radha Prem. So I'll stop here and continue tomorrow. So, and that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is begging for, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Radha's mood. So he was Radharani in separation from Krishna. But here Krishna has taken the form of a beggar and begging for Radha Prem.
Anything else you would like to share?
Prabhuji, this material, Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, just one quick question. This material is a part of Veda base only, whatever we are reading now?
No, this is from a book. This is from another book by Gaur Govind Maharaj. It's not part of Veda Veda.
Okay. Right.
But you can get it on Amazon, ebook. It's called Embankment of Separation. It's the whole book is about Vipralamba Bhav, feeling separation from Radha and Krishna. So even in the spiritual world, there is union and separation. So whole book is about that.
Vipralamba Bhav, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we will read Srimad Bhagavatam. Let me open.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Can I say something on this? Yeah. So I was wondering that Krishna in that story that she narrated, Mataji was narrating, so Krishna was saying, it's interesting that he's saying that he sometimes Krishna doesn't understand how the wonderfully Yog Maya acts, right? So I mean, it is so contradicting that Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, Metha Mam Prapadyante, right? Now, as you surrender, I will reciprocate. But the same time, Krishna has said that I cannot, with the gopis, he said that I cannot repay you. Krishna says that I am the controller. I am the controller, but he is controlled by the love of the gopis. He's controlled by he's bound by the Yashoda. He said that I know the past, present, and future, but Krishna at the same time says that I don't know how the gopis love Krishna. And even he doesn't know that how, even in that situation also he's helping from how the Yog Maya acts. Sometimes Krishna doesn't understand that. So, this is a kind of contradiction also, where Krishna says all these things, but at the same time he is contradicted by the love of the gopis. So the love of the gopis is so higher than Krishna doesn't understand. And that's why it is one of the also reason that Krishna wanted to know, Krishna wanted to feel that separation and that love what Radharani has, and he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Thank you. That's Virodhabhas also is there in Bhagavad Gita.
And Krishna can enjoy these pastimes also if he forgets that he is a supreme Lord. Right? And he becomes fearful of Mother Yashoda when she is running after him, the stick. And he's trying to steal the butter from the gopis' house, although he is Lakshmipati. He's Atmaram, but he's, hankering for love of Radharani. Krishna also wants to forget.
And he forgets by his own desire only. So he wants to forget so that he can have very intimate, loving exchange. So he directs Yoga Maya, right? That you make me forget. Obviously all the pastimes of Krishna are conducted under this Yoga Maya. So Yoga Maya he has instructed Yoga Maya. So that's how, like in a good actor, when he's acting in a movie, he actually goes into that role. Then his acting will be very, very good, right? He will get a prize. He forgets who he is outside the drama. He may be somebody else, but in the drama he forgets himself. And he really goes into that role so that he can actually experience that feeling, right? So Krishna also wants to experience, so he forgets. That's the hallmark of a great actor, right? A great actor goes into that role so much that he doesn't remember. He just thinks he's that person. So he just thinks he's Yashoda's son. Like that at that time. So.
For us, we are also playing a role in this body, right? But we should not forget that our actual Sarup is, we are from the spiritual world, but we are just playing a drama over here in the material world. So we should not forget that.
Yeah, we have forgotten. Krishna has made us forget because of our desire to enjoy. So we have also forgotten, and we are in a role like we are thinking, I'm man, I'm woman, I'm this, I'm that, so many things. I've assumed so many roles. I'm father, I'm mother, I'm husband, I'm wife. So different roles I've assumed. And actually I've forgotten my Swarup in the spiritual world, how I serve Krishna. So because we wanted to be independent, we wanted to enjoy Krishna. That's Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. Here also we have forgotten ourselves. So.
But in all the pastimes that it displayed, it's one aspect, it's of course it's the Leela of Krishna, but the other aspect, if you look at the power of the love of a devotee, Krishna forced to do that. I mean, of course, with like that, like the gopis love the surrender. What they did, they left everything just for, for Krishna, everything. So that love, Bhishma Dev, he make him to break his own vow. Mother Yashoda, his love, his determination, his faith for Krishna, he was like forced. He was bound by her. So it is also one of the other aspect is like that love, the power of the devotee is more, because Krishna is controller, Krishna is knower of everything. He may do or he may not do. He can do anything, but he was forced to do that, and he give up what the devotees wants. So the devotees is more glorified than Krishna in such pastimes. I mean, those who's a lord of three worlds, who is a controller, who is a maintainer, who is everything. But the devotees, that love makes him to do that.
Krishna has that quality of Bhakta Vatsal. So, yeah, I like in this world, there is no love in this material world. But let's assume like something, the Prabhupada says mother's love for the child. So the child wants something, so mother will do so many things. She becomes controlled by the child, right? The child will cry, so she has to take the child outside the class to comfort the child. So many things in this world. The father will become like a horse to the child, and the child says, I want this toy. So in this world, it's a perverted reflection. But so many things are done, right? The parents will sacrifice so much for their child, and they will do anything to keep their child happy. They will do job and so many things and like that. So here also so many things are, it's not a real love. There is no real love in the material world because everybody has their desire for own enjoyment. But that's how it is. So here it's a perverted reflection, and we see in this world how everybody is controlled by this lust. So that is how in the spiritual world it's in its pure form. Okay, so Shri Krishna Akarshini, pure devotional services, Shri Krishna Akarshini. So that is how Krishna has made it. It is by his own sweet will that Krishna takes a subordinate position. He likes that. So just as the mother would do so many things for the child out of affection for the child, she'll clean the stool of the child. She takes a subordinate position to the child, right? She'll clean the stool, she'll change the diapers. It's a subordinate position. Or the dog, right? The dog, the stool is picked up by because that person loves the dog, so now he is to give a bath to the dog, all these things. So although the person is more powerful, mother is more stronger than the child, but she has become subservient to the child, subordinate to the child because of the affection. So that's also how one time, I think Jayadvaita Maharaj was asked this, that if Jiva is superior, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, aparayamitastvanyam prakritim vidime param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayadam dharyate jagat. He describes the inferior energy, the matter. And then he says, if somebody asks, Jiva is superior to matter, then how come Jiva becomes controlled by matter? Because he gives his heart to matter. And Maharaj gave an example. Just like a man may be stronger than a woman physically, But when he gives his heart to a woman, he becomes controlled by the woman. So similarly, we have given our heart to this material energy, Maya. And that's why we become controlled by Maya, because we have given our heart. Although the Jiva is superior to the inferior energy Maya, but because he has given his heart, he becomes controlled by this inferior energy. So superior becomes controlled. So Krishna is superior, but he becomes controlled by the Jiva, who has pure devotion. So here it is in relation to matter, there it is in relation to pure love. So, okay. Anything else? Okay. Sarva bhuteshu chatmanam, sarva bhutani chatmani, ikshetananya bhavena, bhuteshva iva tadat matam. So this is describing the yogi. A yogi should see the same soul in all manifestations. For all that exists is a manifestation of different energies of the Supreme. In this way, the devotee should see all living entities without distinction. That is the realization of the Supreme Soul. So everybody is child of God. Every jiva is child of God. Pandita Samadarshina. And devotee should see all living entities without distinction. Means inherently everybody is spirit soul. They all belong to Krishna. So I was thinking, is Lalita fiery or Vishaka fiery? What is the quality?
Maharaj was saying Vishakha is fiery, but I have previously heard Lalita is fiery.
Correct. Let's see if there is some. Sorry to just interrupt in between like that.
Yeah. But none of them in the Chaitanya Leela, Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Raya are like that.
So let's read a little bit about Lalita. Lalita Devi is the prime Ashtashakhi of the 8 primary Sakhis, the most exalted. She is 27 days older than Srimati Radharani. Inevitably the leader, she is eldest of Krishna's gopis. So Lalita is of all the gopis. She is the eldest. Though a close confidant of the divine couple, she is more inclined to Sri Radhika. So Lalita is more inclined to Radhika. An intimate companion of Radharani, Lalita ji is the Khandita with a contradictory and hot-tempered nature. She is hot-tempered. But that, you hear also people are hot-tempered, right? Many people are hot-tempered, but that's a bad quality. But their hot-tempered is good quality because it is pure, in the pure form, which is reflected in a perverted. Her complexion is bright yellow and garments the color of peacock feathers. Sri Lalita has adept expertise in arranging I think it's called rendezvous of Radha and Krishna in their conjugal fights. Her mother is Sharadi Devi and her father is Vishoka. Okay. The 4 types of Sakhis: Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Tatashta and Surit. Sri Lalita and Vishaka's prime concern is Sri Radha's pleasure.
Is it Lalita Sakhi Prabhuji who is to bring tambul every day for our Lord? Pan betel tambul.
Maybe Lalita and other Sakhis also, they engage in varieties of service. So I cannot say it's only Lalita Sakhi, but she does a lot of service. So let's read what Lalita Devi and Vishaka Devi are example of gopis who are Swapaksha to Srimati Radharani. Radhika. Their love for Radha stands supreme with their prime concern being Radhika's pleasure. The longing of the gopis and the calming of their desires by Lord Krishna is certain. Sri Lalita ji was born in the village of Karhal. This is the site of Dadidan. So that's when Krishna was born, they were throwing dahi and mixed with turmeric, a ritual celebration of Krishna's. So that's where Karhal, Dadidan in Karhal, they were throwing. It is said that Ras Leela was inaugurated here by Sri Ghaman Devi ji. Karla is considered the navel of Braj. Sri Radhika, Radha Krishna with Lalita Sakhi in Uchagaon. Uchagaon is the place of Lalita Sakhi. This is Uchagaon. Her father later on brought her to Uchagaon. Ucha means high. Gaon. Sri Lalita ji is the predominant of Sri Krishna's chief Sakhis. Her devotion to Sri Radha Krishna makes her the most fortunate of all gopis, and when she serves the divine needs of divine couple in their private moments. Her only concern is to see Sri Radha and Sri Krishna united and joyous in love. Overcome by her dedicated devotion, Lord Krishna always has her by his side. Lalita ji is very sharp-witted and also well versed in illusion. Sri Baldev temple lies to its eastern samadhi of Narayan Bhattaji. Narayan Bhattaji is close by. At the age of 7, Sri Krishna fulfilled Lalita ji's heart desire and married her. Okay. Till date, the site resounds with the celebration of their marriage on Bhadra Shukla Dvashi, which falls. So she is married to Krishna. It says Sri Lalita Kund. Ladli Gavarvan. You go to Gavarvan.
We didn't go.
Gulal Kund. Okay, anyway, so Vishaka. Let's see about Vishaka. This is the birthplace of Sri Vishaka ji. This is the birthplace. Sri Vishaka is the second most important gopi of the Ashtasakis. Her father's name is. One of the Sri Krishna's 8 primaries. Her seva is to smear fragrant camphor on the bodies of Sri Radha and Krishna. And as she decks them, she is expert at embroidering creepers and shrubs on garments which are on the Lord. Vishaka Kund. So, Vishaka is also manifest as Yamuna. It's Vishaka's other form is the Yamuna river. Whenever Lord Krishna sights Vishaka, he instantly thinks of Sri Radha. Whenever Sri Radha sees the dark blue waters of Yamuna river, she remembers Krishna. We can hear about, I think Amrendra Prabhu must have a class on Lalita Devi and Vishaka. So we can hear it later on. Okay, let's see. All right, let's go back to Bhagavatam. Sorry about digressing. A yogi should see the same soul. Okay, so everybody, you said that is the realization of the Supreme Soul. So it's a part of Krishna in everybody. We are part of Krishna, and everybody is part of Krishna. And we are the same soul. It means we have the same qualities. Of course, we are all different because we have our individual way in which we serve Krishna. And we have our own characteristics in the spiritual world. like the friends of Krishna are different. They're all friends of Krishna, but they're different. Priya Marma Sakha, then there is Sakhas, like that. So they're different relationships with Krishna. But we are all in one sense, we are all spirit souls and we are same because we are made of the same, we are Satchidananda Vigraha. And we are all related to Krishna. As stated in Brahma Samhita, not only does the Supreme Soul enter each and every universe, Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastha, but he even enters the atoms. The Supreme Soul is present everywhere in the dormant stage. And when one can see the presence of the Supreme Soul everywhere, one is liberated from material designations. So Krishna is everywhere, then we see that everybody is spirit soul. The word Sarva Bhuteshu is to be understood as follows. And when you come to understand that you are spirit soul also, then you are liberated from designations. Otherwise, we are identifying with the body. The word Sarva Bhuteshu is to be understood as follows. There are 4 different divisions of species. Living entities which sprout from the earth. Living entities like plants, they sprout from earth. Living entities born of fermentation or germination. Maybe some viruses come from fermentation, like that. You see the white thing that comes, like, so living entities which come from eggs, chicken and all this, and snakes. Snakes also come from eggs. And living entities which come from the embryo, like the mammals. Mammals give birth, like lion will give, not lay eggs, but lion is a mammal. So it will give birth to like human beings give birth to the child. Some lay eggs, and from eggs the young one comes. Crocodile also, like that. So there are reptiles and there are mammals. And then there are plants which come from the earth. And then these are, living entities born of fermentation or germination. So these 4 divisions of living entities are expanded in 8,400,000 species of life. So we were also born from an egg. At one time, we were in a snake's body. So after going through so much difficulty, we have come to human form of life. So much struggle, so much struggle. A person who is freed from material designations can see the same quality of spirits present everywhere or in every manifested living entity. So one who is free, one who thinks he is spirit soul, he sees everybody as spirit soul. One who is in material consciousness sees everybody also in material consciousness, means he sees based on the body. A person who is freed from material designations can see the same quality of spirit present everywhere or in every manifested living entity. Less intelligent men think that plants and grass grow out of the earth automatically. But one who is actually intelligent and has realized the self can see that this growth is not automatic. The cause is the soul, and the forms come out in the material bodies under different conditions. And based on our desires, we get a body which is suitable to fulfill those desires. By fermentation in the laboratory, many germs are born. It means you keep some culture or something, and then you see some living entities are there. But this is due to the presence of the soul. So chemicals are not giving rise to it's the soul. The material scientist thinks that eggs are lifeless, but that is not a fact. That's why they think egg is vegetarian. Eggs. But eggs have life. That's why a chicken comes out of it. So sometimes people will say, yeah, eggs, I eat eggs, because eggs are not really non-vegetarian. You can say like that, but they think that eggs are lifeless, but that's not a fact. I don't know if all eggs will produce a chicken if it is left, if it hatches, or there are some artificially produced eggs, I don't know. But it comes from the hen, right? The egg comes from the hen. So life comes from life. So it must be. From Vedic scripture, we can understand that the living entities in different forms are generated under different conditions. Birds evolve from eggs, and beasts and human beings are born from the embryo. The perfect vision of the yogi or devotee is that he sees the presence of the living entity everywhere. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is described that the living entity is all pervading. All pervading means he can exist anywhere. He can exist even in the fire. In sun also there are living entities. And the Prabhupada would say there is, because they have fiery bodies, so they can stay there. And so even in the hot lava of the volcano, the living entities are there because they have different bodies. So we have traveled all over the universe. Brahmanda Brahmite. We have traveled all over the universe. And we have done so many times we have died. So many times we got cancer. So many times we died. So many times we became old. So, knowing all this, then we should try for Krishna consciousness in this life. Because life is temporary, short. And Bhagavatam says, you did not finish or you did not start your Krishna consciousness in your past lives, in so many lifetimes. So in this life, you should finish your business in this life. Prabhupada's spiritual master said like that. Bhakti Siddhanta said, don't wait for, try to finish your business in this life. And it is only half the life is gone already. Only few years are left, at least for me. So, we don't know how much 3/4 is gone or half is gone or 80% is gone. But anyhow, it's only a few more years. So, death is coming. And if you are in that consciousness, then Chanakya Pandit says you can make rapid spiritual advancement. As we say, today is my last 16 rounds, I'm going to chant. Today is the last day of my life. Then we will drop all our plans, all the material plans. If it's my last few months, 6 months, ask a dying man, right? What plans? No plans. He's just looking forward to how to depart. He just prays, Krishna, please let there be no so much pain when I depart. Let me remember you. So we make plans because we are thinking I'm going to live very long, and that's why we have become illusioned by this material energy, and that basically makes our spiritual advancement slow because there is no urgency and there is no desperation, and we are in complacent situation. So like that, we are thinking, yes, life will give so much enjoyment. There will be so much enjoyment in life. But trust no future, however pleasant. Prabhupada said like that. So that's why devotee is very pessimistic about material existence and material happiness and all these things. You can never trust. 10 years pass and so many things in your life can change. So many things. Whole complete new situation can come about in 10 years. And 10 years pass, like 5-10 years. Or not even 10 years, even in few months it can change. The whole situation can change. So it's like that, this material existence. So death is coming, Prabhupada says you chant like death is coming, death is coming. That's how you should chant. Okay. And there is nothing here worthwhile in this material existence. There is nothing worthwhile. All my material ambitions and material assets, it's nothing worthwhile in this. So, few years back, Krishna Smaran Prabhu's sister came to Columbus and she was speaking at Krishna Smaran Prabhu's house. I remember she was giving a class and she was quoting Sankarshan Prabhu, who is her spiritual master. She was saying that how this is a banana peel civilization. You can slip anytime and everything is so fragile and anything, can happen. Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Like that, she was saying that this is a banana peel civilization. You can slip on the banana peel. You're walking and suddenly there is a banana peel and you can slip. So this is how padam padam yadvipadam natesham. So what is there to enjoy in this material world in an environment which is not secure? Nothing is secure. How can you really enjoy? First, you have to make things secure. Prabhupada would give this argument that first make your position secure. That's why he said there is no better position in the material world, because every position is very fragile. It's not secure at any time. So, of course, we don't believe it until it happens to us. Anytime you go to the doctor and the doctor says, "Oh, you got this pain? Let's do a biopsy, let's do a scan." And they say, "Oh, it's..." Yesterday we were seeing a video on empathy, right? Empathy. And says, my tumor is malignant, my tumor is benign, and we are identifying. Yes, but it causes so much, of course, we can identify. The goal of the video is to identify with the person who is suffering the pain, how he feels. So we can see how.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
question. I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a question. I mean, it happens to me. If you always talk about negative things, doesn't bring negativity in your mind a lot. Instead of, we can focus on the positive things. Chanting instead of.
No, negativity brings about detachment from material existence, and then you can fully focus on Krishna consciousness. So that way, negativity helps in bringing about engagement in the positive. Otherwise, what happens? We are so much engaged in so many duties in this world, so many different things in this world, and we think this material world is a nice place. There are so many things to how we can improve. So negativity brings about detachment, and that detachment brings about concentrated focus on the Supreme Lord. That is why Bhagavatam, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. See the problems in material existence. Otherwise, why Krishna is telling negative things? Anityam Asukham Lokam, Asashvatam Dukkhalayam. Why we can say he is telling negative things, but it is so that we can go back to our actual real situation. It brings about a loss of hope, of enjoyment in this material world. That you lose your, not loss, lose your hope. You lose your hope to do so many things in this material world and think that, oh, this time around things will work out nicely. So when you completely give up that hope, then you can fully focus on Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one doubt if I can.
Go ahead.
No, I understand, and until unless you detach from the material things, then we cannot progress in the spiritual world. But I have one doubt, and like for example, by appreciating the material world, for example, like Krishna has created a whole universe and different lokas and then different worlds. The Supreme Lord has created so many lokas just to make sure that jivas, whatever they need, they will get it. Even in the material world, we're looking at the different creatures, plants, mountains, sea, lake. But appreciating the material world, the supremacy of the Lord Krishna's power, can't we just surrender it instead of?
Yeah, that was my actually question. That instead of looking at the negativity, look at His creation in the positive way, and think
But
of
then
Him
that
and
should bring
align
you to
yourself.
surrender. That should bring you to surrender, not to enjoy the material world.
No, surrender
You
only,
think, oh,
Prabhuji.
this is so
By
nice, and it's basically that's the thing. You look at somebody, oh, he's so beautiful, or she's so beautiful, and I want to enjoy that person, right? Oh, this is Krishna's. Oh, she's
No,
beautiful.
no,
She's meant for Krishna's
enjoying, but
enjoyment.
beauty can be Krishna's gift, blessings. You can connect because He says in Bhagavad Gita that whatever is good, beautiful in every sense, opulent, think of
It
me.
comes
I
from
am there.
Krishna. It comes from Krishna, so it is meant for Krishna's enjoyment. It is not meant for my enjoyment. Otherwise, I may think, oh, this is so nice. Hawaii is so beautiful. I will go there and I will enjoy in so many. I will do water sports, and I will, do parachute. I'll go in the helicopter. I'll get an aerial view, and all these things. And then you will forget Krishna, and you will just become attracted to the material beauty in this world. So that's what happens. We will forget Krishna, That's how we have
to,
been enchanted
to
by the material world.
to realize his existence, his creation, you don't have to go for parachuting. Around you, a lot of trees. These trees are his creation, who are
Yeah.
giving you
No,
oxygen.
that way, if
The
you see,
river.
then you should not have the enjoying mentality. If you are seeing
But
everything as belonging to
he
Krishna,
is
it
not
is.
saying that. He's not saying that enjoying mentality, but looking at a positive thing. Not
No,
looking
the
always
enjoying
discussing
mentality
about the.
brings us back. We are thinking that it is meant for my enjoyment. So like Prabhupada says, you see a rose flower, and
It's
you say,
creation.
"Oh, this rose flower." No, let me finish. This nice rose flower. How I can give it to my girlfriend? This nice rose flower. I'll give it to my girlfriend. Instead, the devotee thinks, "Oh, such a nice rose flower. Let me offer it to Krishna." So it's the same rose flower, but the consciousness is, oh, I'm going to give it to my girlfriend so that she will feel very happy, and then I will feel very happy by giving that rose flower to my girlfriend, and she will feel very happy. So
Um,
it's both are appreciating the beauty of the rose flower,
but
but
it is
the
for
beauty is
those people.
appreciated in relation to Krishna. That okay, how I can use this, whatever this is, how I can offer it to Krishna, because it is Krishna's beauty manifesting. How I can offer it back to Krishna. So that is the difference.
It is not. It is for those people who, looking at the beautiful flower, always think of his girlfriend or whatever. But
Correct.
not everybody does that.
So if you
You
see it
don't
for
have to
Krishna's,
pluck the
yeah,
flower.
then
Yeah.
yeah, if you see it for Krishna's enjoyment, then you are good. Then it's good.
I mean, it's
But
Krishna's creation, not
we
enjoyment.
got this
Krishna
material body.
created
We got
such
this.
beautiful
No.
world.
We got this material body not because. Why did we get this material body? Why did we come here? Why did we take another birth? We took another birth because we had desires to enjoy separately from Krishna. That is why we are in this material world. Otherwise, we would not be in this material body. So last life, we we made the mistake and we had material desires. That's why we got this material body. Now also, if I think this material world is very nice and how I can enjoy, then again we'll get another material body like that. So Prabhupada said that if you want to go to the spiritual world, then you have to become. He said like that.
You should
I'm not
think that
saying.
this
He said,
material world is a miserable place. Yeah, there's a
yeah,
conversation like that
yeah.
where the disciple is asking, how can we go to the spiritual world? Prabhupada says that you should think that this material world is a miserable place. There is no pleasure in the material world. Then you can go.
Correct. So why would he say he's the Acharya? He is saying like that. Krishna is saying like that, and then Prabhupada also writes. And we have our own conception of enjoyment. We are thinking that no, this material world is a nice. That's why we have come to the material world. Otherwise, we would not have got a material body. This material body itself is a punishment because we have not changed our consciousness. That's why we have to go through another death. We are all going to die, right? Nobody likes to get cancer and suffer, right? Old age and disease. Why we are punished? Because we are desired to enjoy the material world separately from Krishna. Of course, if you see the material world in relation to Krishna, material body, everything in relation to Krishna, then that's different. So, so that is the understanding. And Prabhupada says, unless you have a pessimistic view of this material existence, we don't believe the words of the acharyas. So we have our own conception. But Prabhupada says like that, unless we have the miseries of birth, they should be discussed. Bhagavatam, there is a whole chapter, third chapter, 31st, third canto, 31st chapter. So many verses about the miseries of birth. So it's not like why Bhagavatam is negative. Bhagavatam is negative. If we say why it's describing all this negativity, no, because we are attached to the negative thing for our own enjoyment. We are not pure devotees. If we were pure devotees, then we would be doing Krishna's service all the time. But we are mixed devotees. We have desires for enjoyment and we have desires to serve Krishna. We are mixed. We are not doing everything. Are we giving everything, our prana, our artha, our vacha, everything in Krishna's service? Are we surrendered to Krishna? No, we are mixed devotees. We are mixed devotees. So we have to become pure devotees. And that's why give up all the desires for sense gratification. Then you can go back to the spiritual world. Otherwise, you get another body in another thing like that. So The goal of life is to become a pure devotee. Prabhupada says,
Unless and until I believe that if someone is purely renunciated, that means he even does not live at home in the city, in the crowd. He just devotes his 24 times 7 hours to Krishna. In that
I cannot say who is a pure devotee, who is not a pure devotee. I'm talking about myself. I'm mixed devotion. That is material desires for enjoyment mixed with some desire to do bhakti, like that. So it's a mixed bag. You all are pure devotees. I should think like that. But for me, I'm talking about myself. Though it's a mixed devotion, like that. So it is not like we have dedicated, or I have dedicated fully. I've given all my, I'm using every moment for Krishna's pleasure. I'm thinking about my pleasure also. So my pleasure in the sense that how I can enjoy separately sense gratification from Krishna. So so we have to be like honest and not think ourselves a pure devotee syndrome, right? The pure devotee, yesterday we were discussing PDS. We are thinking, I'm pure devotee. Well, if you are pure devotees, then we should have sacrificed everything for Krishna's. Nothing for me, everything for Krishna. So that's the. So not that we think.
But the agenda of the status statement which he gave that in the temple the person was there and he didn't take the medicine,
Sorry, I had to mute. I couldn't hear. Did anybody could hear?
Yeah, I think Shivendra Prabhu, you're trying to ask a question. There was a lot of disturbance on your line.
Okay, let me rejoin.
Now
then.
it's good.
Now it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I was saying that yesterday Prabhuji was saying that there was a person in the temple, right? When he came to temple, and then when he wanted you to take the medicine, he used to make, because he was very much devoted, so he used to say that no, if I do the japa, everything will become good. But then he need to take his medicine, right?
Yeah.
Because this body is material body. And for this material body, we need something, like we need food, we need medicine. That is where I'm going. We need shelter.
That is true. That is, I mean, if you're sick, you go to doctor. Even pure devotees go to doctors to take medicine. Prabhupada was also taking medicine. But it is, the body is not meant for sense gratification. That's the basic.
Okay.
That's I'm maintaining my body. I'm maintaining my life, everything. I'm taking care of my body, but I'm not using my body for sense gratification. So that's the, I take care of my body. I is sick, then I have to take something to make it all right, or I have to do some surgery or something. But the goal of my life is to use my body in Krishna's service. My body, that's the thing.
One concern that you can feel his creation and blessing, not to pluck that flower and offer to at his lotus feet, but you can enjoy so beautiful flower, and Lord has created so beauty in it. So you can create it. You don't have to every time pluck the flower from the plant and offer it. You can you can sense his creation. You can feel that. Even looking at the flower, so beautiful honeybee. Let the honeybee take the. You don't have to pluck the flower and offer that is I am devotee, but you can feel his presence, his creation. You can, glorify his presence, not by not plucking the flower, but looking at flower itself, the beautiful trees, beautiful shaped, their leaves, everywhere his creation.
It should remind you of Krishna. That's the only
right. You don't have to pluck the flower.
Yeah. And even if you you can mentally offer it. You can pluck it also and give it to Krishna. The plant also gets benefited if the soul in the plant body, because it is offering. So, but we are also making the plant fortunate.
If we pluck the flower, then how the honeybees will get food?
if Krishna is satisfied, everybody is satisfied, everybody is fulfilled. So the honeybee will find some other flower somewhere. Otherwise, nobody will make any garland, right? For Krishna, we offer daily garlands. You are making garlands for Krishna. Right? There are flowers that are plucked somewhere, right? And we are offering that garland to Krishna. If we think like
Yeah.
that, then
Some people had a tendency to, just to not to think about the tree, that if you pluck the suddenly, tear the leaf, it hurts actually the tree. That sense that person should have, that trees they get hurt.
okay.
Same thing, we are eating vegetables, right? But we offer it to Krishna, and Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam.
Yes.
And the flower will go bad after some time. It would not always stay that flower, right? So before it goes bad, we offer it to Krishna so that the plant is benefited and we are benefited by offering it. And there's so many flowers. We are not plucking all the flowers. We just pluck enough, right, to offer it to Krishna.
Okay, so we'll go to the next verse. As fire is exhibited in different forms of wood. So fire is there in wood. The sunlight is stored in the wood in dormant state. And when you touch wood to fire, that dormant fire that is there in the wood, that comes out. Sunlight is stored in that, right? The wood is nothing but plant's body. The plant's body is absorbing sunlight, and that fire of sunlight is stored in the form of. So under different conditions of the modes of material nature, the pure spirit soul manifests itself in different bodies. So if it is wet wood, then you cannot light a fire because it is wet. Dry wood, then you can immediately. Similarly, there are different modes of nature by which we are affected, and depending on that, the spark of spirituality can be easy to light and can be very difficult. It's very difficult to light fire in a wet wood. Similarly, when we are in the mode of ignorance and passion, then it is very difficult to come to the spiritual platform, like light a fire of spirituality. So like that. So the pure spirit soul manifests itself and different bodies are in different modes. Like we say, lion's body is in Rajogun and monkey's body is in ignorance. Cow is like more in mode of goodness. So different animals in different bodies, and in human beings also different bodies like that. We are affected. Our consciousness is affected by different modes of nature. So it is understood that the body is designated. Prakriti is an interaction by the three modes of material nature. And according to these modes, someone has a small body, someone has a very large body. I was thinking when Gokuleshwar Prabhu was speaking, right? There is Krishna was looking at an ant and saying that, see, he is trying to enjoy the grain of sugar. In his previous life, he was Brahma, like that. He was Brahma,
Indra.
He was Indra, but now he has become an ant. So everybody in this material nature, no matter who we are trying to build our own situation. The little rat is trying to build its hole, and the bird is trying to build its nest. The human beings are trying to build its home, and everybody, the birds are having their family, and they are trying to take care of their young ones. And the human beings are also trying to do that. Ahara nitra bhaya methuna. They are having, children and sex life, and the human beings are also having this. These are common to whether you're in a large body or you're in a small body. So these things, eating, mating, sleeping, defending. So it doesn't make you any more very advanced than because animals are also doing that same thing. As you are doing, they are also having children, they are also having sex life, and they are. So what is it like? It's nothing. You are doing just the animal activities. That, of course, eating is required, sleeping is required. They are also eating, they are also sleeping. But if life only revolves these four things, then we are not different from animals. And according to this mode, someone has a small body, someone has a very large body. Elephant has a very large body. Elephant is looking for its food. Ant is looking for its little grain of sugar, and the elephant is looking for big food. But it's the same. So the same spiritual spark is there. For example, the fire in a big piece of wood appears very big, and in a stick, the fire appears small. Actually, the quality of fire is same everywhere, but the manifestation of material nature is such that according to the fuel, the fire appears bigger and smaller. So when there is a fire, house catches fire, there's big fire, and then you light a matchstick. That's little fire. Similarly, the soul in the universal body, although of the same quality, is different from the soul in the smaller body. So universal body means that's Krishna, and in the smaller body is the jiva. So we say we are Anu and Krishna is Vibhu, is supreme. The small particles of soul are just like sparks of the larger soul. The greatest soul is the super soul, but the super soul is quantitatively different from the small soul. The super soul is described in the Vedic literature as supplier of all necessities of the smaller soul. Just like big people, like parents, they will provide for the child who's very small. Similarly, Krishna, the supreme soul, is providing for the minute souls. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetnanam eko bahunam yovitadati kaman. One who understands this distinction between the super soul and the individual soul is above the lamentation and is in a peaceful position. When the smaller soul thinks himself quantitatively as big as the larger soul, he is under the spell of Maya. For that is not his constitutional position. Just like the child thinks, I am as good as my parents. The little child, 1-year-old child thinks, oh, I am as good as my parents. I can do whatever my parents do. Then the child is an illusion. So similarly, we are minute and we are thinking I am God, and that is Maya. No one can become the greater soul simply by mental speculation. So just by thinking that I am God and all this, you don't become God. Just you are thinking, like material things also. I am thinking I am a billionaire. That doesn't mean you are a billionaire. Of course, just by thinking it doesn't happen. You can't become God just by simply imagining that you are God. Because God means you are the controller. Sometimes people think I am controlling the sun, I am controlling the moon, I am controlling the wind. You are thinking, but when hurricane comes, you have to run, right? You are thinking I am controlling everything, but when hurricane comes, you have to evacuate. So if you are controlling the wind, then why don't you stop the wind? So God means so we don't know the definition of God. God means the supreme controller. And when we say God, are we the supreme controller? We can't even control our own body, our blood pressure, our blood sugar, so many things in the body we can't control. So like that. So it is very little control we have. When we will die, can we control? Otherwise, if you could control, everybody would live like 100. They would live forever, right? If we can control when we are going to die. We can't control disease. Disease is happening in our body. We cannot control it. So what controllers? This is the first thing to realize. And this will make you humble. You can make you humble and then you can say, oh no, there is God who is the supreme controller. I am not the controllers. I am a minute controller. I can control a little bit, something. And that humility means now you will surrender to God. Because Krishna, I am helpless. You are the controller. I am not the controller. I am helpless. So I will surrender to you. You take control of my life. So that's how it is. So but Krishna allows us to play for some time. Just as Nrsimhadev played with Hiranyakashipu before he killed it. Cat plays with the mouse before it kills it. So we are playing for a few years when our health is good. And we are playing, we are thinking, yes, I can do this, I can do that, I can get these things. And everything goes as the health falls apart, then everything. Then all your aspirations are smashed. And all the material desires are gone. Then we realize, Krishna, I just want to get out of here. It makes you cry. The material nature makes you cry. And this is the material nature. It's harsh. It's harsh because we have turned away from God to make us come back to God. We can any sane person can say this material nature is very harsh. It's full of struggle. Everybody has to struggle. People have to go from one place to another place for job, right? They have to change their thing and then so much. And they think because they're in Maya, they're thinking this hard work or this struggle of material existence is my success. The struggle in material existence is my success. I'm working very hard and this is my success. And people will praise you. Those who are in illusion, they will praise you for your hard work. Oh, you're working so hard. That's very good. Very good. You have achieved success. So much nice house, material success. And then we feel also very proud. Yes, I'm very successful. So this is Maya, Maya's potency working like that. Because everybody else is in Maya, and by their influence, we also come in Maya. That's why we should seek the association of pure devotees. The pure devotees who are above this Maya, we should come in their association, and then we can get out of Maya. Otherwise, we remain with people who are in Maya, and we will also remain in Maya. And because they will praise us, their value system is all upside down. They don't value Krishna consciousness. They value material success. And then we will also feel, yes, this is how it is. So the smallness or greatness of different souls is described in Varaha Puran as Swansha Vibhinansha. The Swansha soul is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Vibhinansha soul or small particles are eternally small particles. So Swa Ansha, that is Krishna's own expansion. That is Vishnu Tattva, like Balram and Varaha and Kurma and Matsya. But then there is Vibhin. Vibhin means different. There is separated expansion, small particles, which is called as the Jiva. It's confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Mamevamshu Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The small living entities are eternally part and parcel. So we are also Krishna, but we are not in the same category as Swansha. Swansha expansion and Vibhinansha. We cannot become. That's our category. We cannot change our. Apple cannot become an orange. Apple is apple and orange is orange. Orange cannot become an apple. Similarly, we are Jiva souls. We cannot become Vishnu Tattva. Swansha expansions. So it's a different category. Sometimes they say, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's when people are saying some different things, we say, no, you're comparing apples and oranges. You can't compare because they are different fruit. So our nature is different from Krishna's nature in the sense that Krishna is supremely cognizant of everything and independent. We are not cognizant or independent. We are dependent. So the small living entities are eternally part and parcel, and therefore it is not possible for them to be quantitatively as great as the super soul. So we can't be, we want to be the supreme controller, that's why we are here. But we cannot be. Krishna allows us to be the controller for some time and then takes away everything. Mrityu sarvaharashyaham. So this is last verse in the chapter. We'll finish this. Tasmadivam swam prakritim devim sadasad atmikam durvibhavyam parabhavya swarupena avastita. Okay. So knowing that we are not the supreme controller and Krishna is the supreme controller, the natural thing is to surrender to Krishna. Like Prabhupada told Bhakti Charo Maharaj, you have tried many times to enjoy, but I still see that you are not satisfied. So now surrender to Krishna this life, give this life to Krishna. So like that, you have tried to enjoy in so many ways, in so many lifetimes, but still it has resulted in another material body and another death, which we will go through, another So we have tried this way, that way. Now it's not working out. So intelligent person says that, oh, it didn't work out before, it is not working out now, and so I will surrender to you, Krishna. Let me try something different. This life, let me try something different. I've tried this before, whatever I'm doing now, it didn't work out. So let me try something different. Yeah. They say you can't solve the problem by the same kind of thinking that created it. So our problem is the thinking that I am the enjoyer created this problem. So now you can't say solve that problem by becoming the controller. You have to think outside the box. So if you don't think there is a problem with your material existence, then you can never become spiritually advanced. Unless you think there is, like you're in poverty, right? And you don't feel there is a problem being poor, then you will never try to improve your situation, right? So that's how. If you are in material existence and you don't feel there is a problem with this material existence, instead you feel this material existence is so nice, then why would I want to, if there is no problem, then if I have no fever, then why would I go to a doctor? That's logical, right? If why would I take chemotherapy if I have no cancer, right? Nobody will go to the doctor and say, okay, I want some medicine. So to realize that, we have a problem, and that's why we go to some doctor and to a spiritual master. Yes, I have a problem. I want to solve this problem of birth, death, old age, disease. Then you will approach. Tasmat Guru Prapadyate Jigyashu Shreya Uttamam. If you think there is no problem, I'm all right, I'm very... And our false ego makes things like that, right? It makes us think like that. I'm very perfect and I'm very good. I don't need anybody's advice. So then what I'm doing is right. And that is also another thing. My opinions are right. Everything about me is right. So then we will not seek any help from anybody. So when we say I'm helpless, I need help, then we'll approach God, we'll approach his representative and say, what should I do? How can I get out of this? Otherwise. So thus the yogi can be in the self, and that is the problem in this material existence, because Maya covers us. So we never feel that there is any problem. Although there is a problem, it's a bigger problem if you have cancer and you don't know you have cancer. It's a bigger problem than you know you have cancer. So Bhagavatam is telling us all the problems in this material existence. What are the problems? See the misery of birth, how the child is suffering. You have been through that, you have forgotten. But this is the problem. Why don't you see this? The problem of death, problem of old age, problem of disease. Why don't you see that? So, but because we want to be happy in our own way, so we turn a blind eye. It's like the owl, the rabbit, when he's attacked by an eagle or an owl, he closes his eyes and thinks, oh, there is no problem, because I've closed my eyes. So there is no problem. Everything is so nice. I'm in dream. The rabbit may also dream, right? He closes his eyes and he dreams, oh, it's so nice, so wonderful. So we are like that. We have closed our eyes and we are dreaming in this. Oh, this is going to be very nice. It's going to be wonderful. So many events, so many things. I have to go. I can go places. I'll enjoy so much, and I will buy so many things, and I will enjoy. So we are dreaming till death comes. That the eagle comes and attacks the rabbit and takes it away. So it's like that. Some dream-like situation before death comes, and then everything is peeled away, all the aspirations, and then again, you start again another life, these aspirations. So this is actually the situation. That's why Lord Chaitanya, this Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jiva Jago, don't remain in this dream-like situation. Wake up, oh sleeping soul, wake up. So, thus the yogi can be in the self-realized position after conquering the insurmountable spell of Maya. who presents herself as both the cause and effect of this material manifestation, is therefore very difficult to understand. So we come to the situation, we start believing that material nature is the cause and effect, not God, but everything is happening through material nature. But material nature, we forget that behind material nature, Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya dakshina prakriti suyate sacharacharam. I am behind this material nature. So we forget that. And we think, instead, it is stated in Bhagavad Gita that the spell of Maya. And another thing about we can't surrender because we are fearful. What if I surrender fully? I was thinking about this. We can't surrender because we think, what if I surrender fully everything? Then will my life go on nicely? But Krishna, that's why he's saying, don't worry. Don't worry. I will take care of you. And then we can look at the lives of devotees who have surrendered fully, how they are taken care of. Prabhupada, he surrendered fully and he was taken care of by Krishna. So Krishna is giving that assurance in the Bhagavad Gita that, no, you surrender to me, I will take care of you. So
I have a question, Prabhuji. Buddha didn't have any suffering in his own life. He was a prince, that time would be king, but still he left and took the renunciation, looking at the reality of this material.
correct. So it doesn't have to happen to you. That's what we like. An intelligent person, he is intelligent, he's second class intelligent. Of course, he never heard because his father was worried that he will become a sannyasi, right? There was some prediction that either he'll become a great prince or
There was astrological prediction. Then that's why his father never allowed him to go outside the palace. But destiny took him. One day it happened. He went into the outside his palace and saw 4 people, Jara, and then the last one was a renunciated person, and he saw that face is fully out of any suffering from this material world. He looks that renunciated person looks so beautiful, and enlightened, and that immediately shook him. The next early morning, he left his palace.
Correct. So, looking around the world, like the Avadut Brahmana in the Uddhav Gita, he's looking at the world and is learning so many things by looking at situations and people around. And like yesterday also, or day before, Gokuleshwar Prabhu was saying how, we are hankering for 5 things in the shop, but the shopkeeper who has 50,000 things in his possession, if the shop, assuming the shop belongs to him and all the goods belong to him, he is also not satisfied. He is also not happy. And we are thinking if we get 5 things, then we'll be happy. So looking around the world, whatever you don't have, look at people who have that thing. We are hankering. Suppose somebody doesn't have a child, right? So they're very much hankering. Oh, I wish I could have a child. Look at people who have children. Are they very happy? Are they or you don't have money, right? So of course we need some money to live, but we want to become like a billionaire. Look at all the billionaires. Are they very happy? They may put pictures like as if they are very happy, but inside them they may not be happy. Many rich people committed suicide. You want to become famous. Okay, look at all the famous people. Are they very happy? No, they are not very happy. They are Michael Jackson, right? Very famous. So like that, you can learn by seeing around in the situation and see the people that what you are hankering for. Look at other people who have that thing and see, are they really very happy? No, that's more struggle. They may say they are happy. Sometimes, you go to distribute books and you say, this book will, give you peace of mind and happiness and like that. It says, I'm already happy. But that is like, the happiness of the pig who is eating stool. He's also happy. Yes, you cannot say that he's not happy because he's liking the stool, he's relishing the stool. But that's a different grade of happiness. Of course, in one sense, it's the same happiness. Whether we eat a gulab jamu or the pig eats stool, both for them, it's the same happiness the living entity is deriving. But there is higher happiness, that's spiritual happiness. So that is why Buddha gave up when he saw that enlightened soul and he saw, oh, how happy he is. I want to become like him. Maybe he thought like that. So he gave up his princely, even Ramkeli, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They were living in palaces and they had so much. And they gave up and went to Vrindavan to live under a different tree every night, only wearing kopeen and like that. And they're why? Because they wanted to experience a higher happiness in spiritual life. The material happiness is like coming and going, and it comes and it also gives a lot of trouble. So who will settle for this kind of happiness, material happiness? In Gujarati we say thingda marna. Thingda means it's a patchwork, It's like, you're trying to enjoy and then you patch it up, something breaks and you patch it up, then again something breaks, you patch it up and like that. So, so it is stated in Bhagavad Gita that the spell of Maya, which covers the knowledge of the living entity, is insurmountable. So this Maya that we have put ourselves under the spell of Maya, we cannot get out. However, one who surrenders unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can conquer this seemingly insurmountable spell of Maya. That means Maya won't let go until you surrender to Krishna. Here also it is stated that Devi Prakriti, or the external energy of the Supreme Lord, is Durvibhavya, very difficult to understand and very difficult to conquer. One must, however, conquer this insurmountable spell of Maya, and this is possible by the grace of the Lord, when God reveals himself to the surrendered soul. It is also stated here, Swarupena avasthite. Swarupa means that one has to know that he is not the Supreme Soul, but rather part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. That is self-realization. To think falsely that one is the Supreme Soul and that one is all-pervading is not Swarup. We are not all-pervading. We don't know. What is going on in India right now, in my hometown, what is going on, I don't know. Krishna knows. That's why he's Supreme. This is not realization of his actual position. The real position is that one is part and parcel. It is recommended here that one remain in that position of actual self-realization. In Bhagavad Gita, this understanding is defined as Brahman realization. After Brahman realization, one can engage in the activities of Brahman. As long as one is not self-realized, he engages in activities based on false identification with the body. So when you come, first thing is to recognize your spirit soul, and then to engage in the activities of the spirit soul. That is higher stage. That spirit soul's activity is to serve Krishna. But if I don't realize I am spirit soul, then I will engage in the identification with the body and the activities of the body. And false identification, as Prabhupada. He engages in activities based on false identification with the body. So instead of engaging in Krishna's service, I will engage in bodily sense gratification and all these things because I am not self-realized. When one is situated in his real self, then the activities of Brahman realization begin. The Mayavadi philosophers say that after Brahman realization, all activities stop. But that is not actually so. If the soul is so active in its abnormal condition, existing under the covering of matter, how can one deny its activity when free? The soul is always active, and it is not that after liberation you just remain doing nothing. In our present, in our day, we do so many activities, right? We go to grocery, we go and maybe to a movie or watch some television, or not devotees, but I'm just saying that you go to the seminar, you go here, you go there, you talk to so many people, you do so many activities. So how come in the liberated state the soul will not have any activity? Prabhupada is saying. If in its abnormal condition the soul is having activities, when it becomes free it doesn't have activity. How is that? No, it has activities, but those activities are pure activities. An example may be cited here. If a man is in a disease condition, If man in disease condition is very active, how can one imagine that when he's free from the disease, he will be inactive? So, of course, if he's very diseased, he doesn't have any activity because he's lying on the bed. But like in our disease condition, in this material existence, we are very active, right? We are driving our car to so many places, so many activities, right? The whole world, so much travel is going on. Airports are very busy, very busy. People are going this way. So very active. But we are in disease condition right now in the material consciousness. So in the free state, there'll be no activity. Then who will also like, right? Moksha. Sometimes people understand moksha means nothing doing. You're just in a state where there is nothing to do and it's just inactivity and just, if you are told to sit like that whole day, you can maybe do 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You just say, sit in the room whole day, do nothing, just sit. So how many days you can sit like that? That is why in the Brahma Jyoti, they feel after some time, they feel like bored. Just sitting like that. And the basis of everything, yesterday Prabhu was saying, is relationships. Relationships. We are looking for relationships. Everybody is looking for relationships in this world, and ultimately relationship with God. Everybody is looking for Krishna, relationship with Krishna, because we are part of Him. So naturally we have a relationship with Him. The part is a relationship with the whole. So just as a child naturally looks for its mother when it's distress, right, or otherwise. Recently I told Hari, come. Hari is the son of Manish Prabhu. Come to my home. No, he immediately went to his mother. I was taking his hand and pulling him. Come. They said, no, I want to go back to my mother. He's naturally attached to his parents. He doesn't want to go anywhere. The child will not, we have seen many children, they will not like to leave their mother and go somewhere else. Similarly, we are naturally attached to Krishna, but we have forgotten Radha Krishna, our mother and father, like that. We are naturally under their loving care and protection. So we want to be in that, but we have left them and come to this material world. And we are roaming here like an orphan. One devotee had the name Anatha Bandhu. Anatha Bandhu means we are anath. In this material world, we are anath. In the sense that we have forgotten our real father and mother, and we are loitering in this material world, trying to, find happiness. So he is the friend of the orphaned, Anatha Bandhu. Naturally, the conclusion is that when one is free from all disease, his activities are pure. It may be said that the activities of Brahman realization are different from those of conditional life, but that does not stop activity. This is indicated in Bhagavad Gita 18:54. After one realizes oneself to be Brahman, devotional service begins. Mad bhaktim labhate param. After Brahman realization, one can engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, devotional service of the Lord is the activity in Brahman realization. Is the activity in Brahman realization. So, when you give up all your designations and engage in devotional service as servant of Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna, then you are situated properly. You forget your designations of the body, and you just, of course, you engage your body in Krishna's service. Without body, we can't do service in the material world. Of course, in the mind, we can do subtle body. But when we engage our body free from all the designations, thinking that I am spirit soul, sarva upadi vinirmuktam, that is the definition of bhakti. Tat paratvena nirmalam, rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. As long as I am in the bodily conception of life, my service is also not pure. Because there is devotional service in the mode of goodness, there is devotional service in the mode of ignorance. Devotional service is not affected, but the person doing the devotional service, he is in the mode of ignorance. He is in the mode of passion. That's why devotional service has also different categories. It is devotional service in the mode of passion, mode of ignorance, like that, in the mode of goodness. Therefore, devotional service of the Lord is activity in Brahman realization. For those who engage in devotional service, there is no spell of Maya, and their situation is all perfect. The duty of living entity as part and parcel of the whole is to render devotional service to the whole. So if we are always engaged in devotional service, then we will not be under the spell of Maya. Their situation is all perfect. The duty of the living entity as part and parcel of the whole is to render devotional service to the whole. That is the ultimate perfection of life. So this is the end of the chapter. It's already 8:45. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Anybody has any comments? Any thing that they would like to add? So Kapila Dev is saying that we should see everybody without distinction as spirit souls, part and parcel of the Supreme. And the pure spirit soul goes in different bodies depending on the modes of nature. Karanam guna sangasya sadasad yoni janmashu. Purusha prakriti sthohi bhunte prakriti chan guna. Karanam guna sangasya sadasad yoni janmashu. And the Maya is very entangling and very difficult to surmount. But one who has conquered Maya, they are in the self-realized position. And Prabhupada says you cannot conquer Maya until you surrender to the Supreme Lord. So, like that. Surrendering to Supreme Lord means all this. Anakulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. And in this way. Okay. Anything else you would like to? I think I moved it. But thank you very much. We'll see you. What time is the seminar today?
It's at 3:30.
3:30. Okay. So there's a lot of time. Okay. There is a class in the temple also.
What seminar, Prabhuji?
Devotee care seminar.
Oh, yeah.
Acharya Prabhu is here. You would have come with him.
Yeah. No, Prabhuji. And I came on that day only from Canada trip.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.